They say only two things are infinite, the universe and the beauty of a woman. But this one's a little different. She is not just beautiful, she is a force to be reckoned with. Welcome to my channel. And today let me tell you the story of an African mermaid who punishes men that cheat. I am from a small village in the heart of Africa. Our village is surrounded by thick forest and clear water rivers. But our biggest landmark is the lake we depend on for survival. It gives us food, lets us trade fish and supports our entire economy. To the people of this village, the lake means life. So when the lake gives, it also takes. And this is how our tribute is collected. In our lake lives a beautiful woman. She has skin like jet, eyes like amber and hair like flowing seaweed. She's as breathtaking as she is deadly. During the day, she basks on the shores of the lake, attracting all passers-by with her mesmerizing beauty. But once night falls, she returns to the water, taking the shape of a terrifying mermaid with sharp teeth, claws and a never-ending hunger for human flesh. The villagers call her Mami Wata. And if you ever find yourself swimming in her waters, you better behave or you will suffer the consequences. Mami Wata has been haunting our ancestors since time began, claiming many innocent lives. Those who have seen her speak of her as an 8.5 feet tall being with the upper body of a woman and the lower body of a fish. Her tail is said to be so powerful that it can capsize a boat or drag a man under the water in less than a second. And don't even get me started on those eyes. They say looking into them is like staring into the abyss of hell itself. If you survive the ordeal, you're forever cursed. But despite the horrors she has caused, many still seek her out. And you might be wondering why. You see, while Mami Wata may be a merciless killer, she is also the goddess of love and beauty. She can grant wishes, make you rich and keep you safe from harm. All you have to do is stay on her good side. And that is not easy because unlike other mermaids, Mami Wata gets jealous very easily and punishes men for even the smallest of mistakes. You see, our people believe that when a man goes to Mami Wata's lagoon and asks for something, he must give her an offering in return. Normally, it's a simple request. A young man going to war asks for protection. A trader asks for safe passage on the river. A lover asks for a way to win his affection. And normally Mami Wata is more than happy to help. There was one rule, however, an offering must never be given to Mami Wata by another man. Only a woman could present the gift. It didn't matter if you were married, single, or anything in between. As long as the gift was given by a man, Mami Wata would turn on him and punish him severely. We don't know where this rule came from, but we respect it. Because breaking it could cost you your life. One day, though, a man decided to risk it all. His name was Coffee, a handsome young man with dreams bigger than his village. While most men fished or farmed, Cody wanted more. He wanted gold, riches and power. And he knew exactly where to get it. Mami Wata had an abundance of all three, at least according to the rumors. So he devised a plan to get close to her. He saved up money and bought a magnificent white horse. Then he waited until the full moon and rode to the lake. There he dismounted, tied the horse to a tree and walked towards the water. He took off his loincloth, laid it on a nearby rock and slowly waded into the lake. All the while, Covey was calling out to Mami Wata, begging her to accept his offering. But instead of the beautiful mermaid, a grotesque fish monster emerged from the water. Its eyes were like burning coals, its teeth like daggers, and its scales like polished armor. Before Covey could react, the monster grabbed him with its webbed hands and dragged him underwater. Some say the monster was Mami Wata herself, while others say it was her pet. Either way, nobody saw Covey again. But this didn't stop others from trying. You see, after Covey's disappearance, many young men went to Mami Wata, each wanting something different. But each one came back with nothing but stories of the lake's fury. One man, Osceola, managed to get closer than anyone else, but he, too, had to pay the price. Osceola wasn't like the others. He wasn't driven by greed or lust, but by love. See, Osceola loved a woman named Amara, but she was promised to another. Desperate to change this, Osceola went to Mami Wata and asked for her help. In exchange, he promised to give her the finest silk cloth from his village. Osceola found the mermaid lounging on the shore and presented her with the cloth. Mami Wata accepted the gift, but warned Osceola not to repeat his mistake. She then took the fabric and wove it into a beautiful dress, which she put on over Osceola's protests. But the dress was cursed. Anyone who wore it would fall madly in love with Mami Wata, forsaking everything and everyone for her. And this is what happened to Osceola's best friend, Kwame. Osceola told him about the curse, but Kwame didn't care. He went to Mama Wata, broke the curse and became her servant. This didn't last long, however, because soon enough, Kwame tried to break the curse on Osceola. Mama Wata found out and punished him. First, she turned Kwame into a frog, and then she drowned Osceola. That's when the villagers realized that they had made a grave mistake. We should never have trusted a mermaid, no matter how beautiful she is. But we were too greedy, too desperate for love, too hungry for power. And now we were doomed to suffer for eternity. You see, Mami Wata continued to claim victims, one after another, and there was nothing we could do about it. But one woman refused to accept her fate, and that was Amara, the village elder's daughter. When Osceola drowned, Amara vowed revenge on Mami Wata. She knew the mermaid had taken many lovers, but she also knew that none of them could defeat her. So Amara came up with a plan. She would use Mami Wata's powers against her. It took months to prepare, but eventually Amara was ready. She gathered all the ingredients she needed, including a mirror, flowers, candles and of course, the cursed dress. Then she went to the lake and called out to Mami Wata. The mermaid appeared before her and demanded to know what she wanted. With a shaky voice, Amara offered the dress as a gift. Mami Wata accepted it without hesitation and immediately transformed into a beautiful woman. She was even more stunning than Amara had imagined. But Amara knew that Mami Wata's true form was lurking beneath that beauty. So she offered her a deal. Mami Wata could keep the dress and the powers that came with it, but in exchange, she would have to leave our lake and never come back. At first, Mami Wata refused, but when she looked into the mirror and saw her own reflection, she reconsidered. Mami Wata had been alone for centuries, and the chance to finally experience life on land was too tempting to pass up. So she agreed to Amara's offer. And that is why Mami Wata is no longer haunting our lake. Every now and then, however, she returns to see if her old life still holds any magic. And if you're lucky, you might catch a glimpse of her on the shore, a reminder of the danger that once lurked in our waters. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to Storycraft so you never miss a video. And tell me, what would you do if you met a mermaid?